Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
That kid is back on the escalator again.
Ain't gonna hurt.
Is my boomstick!
Game over, man. It's game over.
Welcome to the Bargain Bin. He is your host, Ben Mason.
And he is your co-host, Sandra Luketic. And today we're talking 1992's Three Ninjas. As always, we assume if you're listening to the episode, you have already seen the movie. And this is a movie that I watched a lot as a kid. I think you did as well, right?
No, I didn't. I wouldn't say I watched it a lot. I have seen it when I was a child, but like just maybe once or twice. So it wasn't a frequent one in my rotation.
Oh no, I had the VHS and I would watch it pretty frequently. I was really excited for when sequels started coming out until I watched them.
Oh, okay. Saying you had the VHS for it doesn't really mean much. You had the VHS for a lot of things. But
it was like the great like orange and purple cover. It definitely stood out. But did you watch like Three Ninjas Kick Back or Three Ninjas Knuckle Up?
I'm pretty sure that I did see the first sequel. I didn't see the two after that.
Okay, yeah. High Noon at Mega Mountain, I definitely did not see. But it was weird because as a kid, this is the first time where I saw different actors playing characters from the previous films. Like, I think it's the guy who plays Rocky. Wasn't in the second movie, but came back as Rocky for the third movie, and then didn't come back for the fourth movie.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, so Rocky was in all four movies, but played by three different people.
Oh, okay. I never looked at I never even looked at the cast listing for the other three. I don't know if any of them returned for all four of them, for example.
No, none of them were in the fourth one because they were too old at that point.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they aged out.
It's going to happen when you make a movie for kids, starring kids. They won't be kids for much longer.
Well, did you see the other movies this director did?
Come on, man. You know I don't even know who the director was.
His name's Jon Turteltaub.
Okay.
He directed Cool Runnings.
Oh, I love Cool Runnings.
Yeah, and both National Treasure films. Recently did The Meg. So he's kind of all over the place.
I haven't seen The Meg, but I do think that the National Treasure movies are like vastly underrated.
Oh, they're a lot of fun.
They're so good and nobody ever talks about them.
No, because it just feels like Disney trying to make Indiana Jones for kids, not counting young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but they did it well. Isn't that all that matters?
They did it very well. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. We should definitely visit those at some point because both of those are great. But we're talking Three Ninjas.
I just wanted to close off on that point. I don't know if those are movies I want to dissect.
Fair enough. They are long too.
Yeah.
So opening this movie is a voiceover, and I am guessing you felt the same way about it as I did because I thought it was horrible.
Go on.
Well, it's the three brothers, right? Just telling the story about how, so the brothers Samuel, Jeffrey, and Michael, they spend their summers with their grandfather, Mori Tanaka, and how most mornings he would wake them up with a different test. But they keep correcting each other, and it's insufferable.
Well, it's kids, right? Like, they're correcting each other, and
Yeah. And like as a kid, I loved it, so I get it, and what they were doing was successful. But when you're watching it so many years later, it's just pure frustration.
I don't mind when they do something like that and they're correcting it. I just don't need them talking over each other all the time. Like when Tum Tum says, "Oh, and I was always ready," and then it shows that he clearly was the one that was not. Like, I'm okay with that. It's a bit of an obvious gag, but it's fine. But yeah, like you don't need to just be talking over each other the whole time.
What are your thoughts on that test that we see?
I mean, it doesn't seem like much of a test. Like, it's like,
no.
That could have just been a fly that was like buzzing around the room.
You imagine like the test is sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
Can't fall asleep too soundly or I'll hit you in the face with a stick. But yeah, Tum Tum, Michael, he doesn't wake up at all until Maury tries to take his candy.
That's a gag that I knew rewatching this was going to get old for me very fast.
And it does. 2 minutes into the movie, we get a martial arts training montage.
Yeah.
So they knew their audience.
This is so good, too, because I love how they, like, for parts where the kids blatantly don't know martial arts, it's like, oh, this is where we put on, for no reason at all, the ninja masks for training.
Exactly.
And it's just like, yeah, it's because they don't actually know how to do martial arts.
No. But I do have to say, one of the big fights at the end of the movie, very well choreographed, and you can tell for the most part it is these kids doing it. But there's no like jumping flips or anything like that.
No. Anytime that happens, it's a stunt double, or like we saw right here, them being represented by other people in masks.
Yeah. So in this training montage, Maury, Grandpa, played by Victor Wong, we should say, he was absolutely amazing in everything. Tum Tum cracks him in the face so hard that he falls over, and all he does is chuckle and give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, he's proud of him.
I know, but I've noticed things like this a lot. Like there was one part, and I don't know if you're going to mention that. Remember, like the nunchuck scene later on? Did you notice what the kids made them out of?
No, not at the moment.
All right, we'll get to that because I made a note of it. It's just insane how many like horrible shots people take that should probably kill them, if not nearly kill them, and they just get up like nothing's happened. But anyways,
so it's not like Michelangelo, master of the spinning pepperoni.
No.
Okay.
The ambush scene during this training scene that you were talking about, where they've got full ninja garb, when Michael drops straight down from out of the trees, I just wanted to see him like blow out both of his ankles.
Well, I love how after they do this whole scene, the grandpa even says, like, yeah, unless I didn't stop the car.
Yeah, just run him over.
It's like you just drop down on the street in front of his car. Like, there's a lot of faith that he's going to hit the brakes in time. But like, they're like, well, we almost got you. And then like the grandpa's literally like, unless I didn't stop. I'm like, oh, yeah. That would have been a very interesting take on the story at that point.
Yeah. Drop down in front of a very old man driving a car that's basically a boat with poor handling. Smart move.
Yeah, I don't care how on the ball he is as a martial artist. you gotta trust in the machinery too, and that thing does not look like it's stopping on a dime.
Oh no, it's not. The naming ritual. What is your take on any of these names?
I can see what they intended here, some personality, but I find that the problem is that we don't really see it play out through the movie. Like, they say Rocky is because he's strong. Okay, what does he do that's any different from the other guys that has to do with strength? Same with Colt. Oh, you're quick and agile. Like, you do the same thing as all the rest of them. Like, at least put in one or two of the fight scenes where they play up these personalities. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, we just want to give you some different names. I mean, I guess Tum Tum eats a lot, so...
That's the only one that makes sense to me. Colt, to an extent, because they say he has a free spirit. And he does. He's a hothead. But that's the same as Rocky. He's supposed to basically be the leader, right? The eldest brother.
Well, he's the one that gets accused of showing off all the time, too. It's like, that's not like a stalwart Rocky kind of leadership quality.
Exactly. That's my point. Like, that name is just stupid. Colt, I get. Tum Tum, sure. Rocky? No. It just sounds cool for kids.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite as a kid? Like, of the three brothers? I was always a Colt fan, and now none of them.
I think I just like Tum Tum because it was the most ridiculous.
It is pretty funny, though. I will say that. FBI sting operation. Everyone saw this coming a mile away. But the boy's father, Sam Sr., is working undercover to catch arms dealer Hugo Snyder, which is such a villain name.
Can we talk about this right now?
Go for it.
So the grandpa is Miyagi and the villain is Silver, right? Like that's what we're looking at, is it not?
Basically, yes.
Okay. Let's just get that out of the way right now. You know, they're very clearly those characters, but not those characters.
Snyder's very interesting. You know that actor has only been in 2 things?
Really?
Yeah, he played the villain in this movie, and then he played like a patron at a restaurant in something else, and that was it.
I don't think he did a bad job, but like the whole time I was just thinking like, man, I would have loved it if they just got the guy who played Silver.
Yeah. But this guy just chewing the scenery in everything he's in, which is really good, I think.
Might as well.
Yeah. I don't know if opening a crate of explosive with his elbow is a smart move.
Oh man, that was probably the first time I rolled my eyes doing this watch. It's like, just open it, man. Like they're not buying a broken crate. Like just open it.
Yeah, just open it. It takes less effort.
They're trying to show that he's a martial artist, but it's like, I'm pretty sure martial artists aren't just opening boxes this way, man.
Ninjas descend from the ceiling, so we get a ninja FBI battle.
Which I find hilarious because it's like as soon as the ninjas drop, the FBI guys do not remember they have guns. I understand it's a Disney property. That's not gonna happen. But the whole time I'm just like, man, like none of these FBI guys got a shot off.
Grandpa straight up murders a guy later.
Well, yeah, because he wasn't using a gun. Guns are useless in this world.
Yeah. I also don't think I've ever seen a ninja get pistol whipped before. And that's what I'm saying. There's weird things that happen in this movie as like a workaround that I find just hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I definitely don't think that they could replicate the guy doing the sting portion of this operation nowadays.
No.
Oh man, like the whitest guy possible with a terrible Eastern European accent. Or, not Eastern European, sorry. Arabic?
Yeah.
I've lost the phrase, what I'm looking for here.
That's fine. It's Middle Eastern?
Middle Eastern!
Yeah, this guy is... I mean, I laughed at it for sure, but it's bad. Snyder, in my opinion, makes the ultimate Bond villain escape in this scene. Did he say, I gotta fly?
I'm going to be honest with you. I do not recall what he said. I just remember that it was absolutely like terrible up until it wasn't. Because before that, he grabs the guy hostage. He poorly runs away. I'm not sure how nobody caught him after that. Like he releases the hostage and it's like, you got good 20 seconds of a clear shot. And then he's also surprised that they didn't really give him the money. And I'm just like, man, this guy is so bad at this. And then has a pretty cool exit by jumping off the building.
Yeah, just grab that ladder and fly away on a helicopter.
Yeah, it's so out of balance. But okay, cool. I see where we're going with this.
I'm along for the ride on this one. Like, that's great. And then we get Professor Toru Tanaka, who I completely forgot was in this movie, but I'll take him in anything. And it follows up with the reveal that Snyder knows Grandpa Mori.
So this whole knowing each other plot line because Grandpa ran some, I guess, money laundering front karate studios for him. Yeah. I think is what they were kind of implying. It's just like so ham-fisted in there. It's like, oh, okay, so they were partners, and then his daughter married the FBI guy, and it's like, oh, come on.
They cling on to that so much. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter one bit to the plot, and it keeps popping up.
Well, it makes the brothers kind of second guess their grandpa for a while, which also has no bearing on the plot, but it's something that happens.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's on that topic. How do the boys know that Snyder is evil other than him having ninjas with him? Which is something I need to complain about too, because there are so many ninjas just roaming around in pure daylight. Well,
I mean, the mom tells Colt that the bad guy is on the folder in the desk in a later scene, and it is a picture of Snyder.
Right. Right, yeah, so I forgot about the photo on the desk.
Yeah, I don't think that they know now, but they find out later because they find out that that's who the dad has been chasing.
Yeah, that's right. I just thought it was the obvious tension between the two. So I don't know if there's that much tension between them, why the kids, even after finding a photo of the two of them in the, Sam Sr.'s desk, it would lead them to believe that their grandfather is bad. Because he's standing up to this guy. But again, kids movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll cut now to the boys making dinner. And this is where the first reveal of the partial photo happens, where Colt's asking Maury whose hand is in the photo between Maury and his wife. But if you notice Rocky cutting the carrots, he's dicing the carrots, like the rounds, right? Oh my God, yeah, because they're perfect rounds, right? Obviously, it's been prepped for the shot. And he's just hacking away at these carrots, and he's just like mincing everything. Like, it's purely unintentional. He has no idea what he's doing. The rope of 4 strands metaphor, I get that it's like a moral for kids film and whatnot, is so dumb.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is called 4 ninjas, right?
Exactly.
Or 3 ninjas and grandpa?
Yeah. Maury's kids, Maury's grandkids.
I was actually looking at the trivia on IMDb, and it said that in none of the 4 movies did the 3 kids ever actually cross swords with the main villain in any of the movies.
I believe that.
In the first 2, it's grandpa, and then later on, it's like something completely unrelated. But like, yeah, they never actually fight the big baddie.
Yeah.
But it's about them. It's the 3 ninjas.
That's fine, because I mean, it would be kind of unbelievable, even for this style of movie, for the kids to take Snyder out.
Oh yeah, but they can take out Professor Toriyama, right? That's totally fine.
Oh yeah, yeah. Going back to the rope of 4 strands, how like 1 strand will snap, but 4 is unbreakable. That's the main fight of the movie, is 1-on-1 with like the kids aren't helping whatsoever, and he still wins.
I mean, there's a very large part of this movie where you're just like, hey, Grandpa could have done this on his own.
Almost all of it.
Yeah.
What do you think about this alarm that Maury has set up? Motion detectors?
I mean, I guess. I'm not sure exactly. Like, he's living in like the wilderness. I guess he has it in like every direction, or maybe there's only one street that comes in. I don't know.
Yeah, but like I'm more so thinking why he would have it.
Well, I mean, he's a good guy, and he clearly found out about Snyder's evil part of his business, which is why they're no longer partners. I mean, he says the only mistake he made was partnering with him. So, you know, maybe he knows that he's a targeted person now of some kind. Or that his past could always come back to haunt him. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we're led to believe that. The thing is, I remember seeing that as a kid and being like, oh my God, that's so cool. Never really questioning why it's there.
It's there so that we can determine how the kids figured out how to set it up in their bedroom when they set up their mom alarm.
Yeah. Yeah, I found that strange too. I completely forgot about that. Or how they would even do that without the parents noticing.
They're ninjas.
So, of course, this is Snyder and his ninjas. His very non-stealthy ninjas. I mean, they're so bad. One of them, like Tum Tum, just stabs one of them straight in the ass.
With like a fork.
Yeah.
Because,
like a salad fork.
Comedy, right? It's a kid's movie, comedy.
But then he turns around and just full-on kicks a guy in the nuts.
Yeah.
Well, and drops him, too. That was great.
You have to let a lot of this go because... Like, they even say, oh, Grandpa's working with the bad guy, but in a separate conversation are talking about how, oh, those ninjas, those were real swords. It's like, yeah, so which is it? Like, you were attacked by ninjas with real swords, but you still think, it's kids' movie convenience, man.
Very. And they really do kick the shit out of these ninjas. And again, for stunt work, you can tell it's them for the most part. Unlike Victor Wong, who obviously he's not doing any massive spinning kicks or anything like that, but his stunt double is so poorly hidden. Like, you see his face full on repeatedly, and you can see it's not him. Like, it's a completely different man wearing like fake gray wig and goatee. But all in all, I mean, we have to say it's a surprisingly fun action scene.
It's fine.
Yeah. Snyder admits his ninjas are useless and asks Mori to train them, then tells him to get the boy's father to back off. So I have a question here then.
Yeah, go ahead.
As we find out later on, Mori trains Snyder in martial arts. Snyder trains his ninjas, who he admits are useless. So is Snyder supposed to be also useless, or is Mori just a bad teacher? Or is he also not that good?
Well, it could be that Snyder's just not a good teacher. He learned it well, but he doesn't know how to teach it, right?
Yeah.
And you have to admit that your ninjas are useless if they were beaten up by 3 children.
That is true. The dummy scene. I don't think Mori could make that training dummy.
Of course he could. He set up that motion detecting alarm. Why couldn't he make a training dummy that lights up when you hit certain pressure points? That seems like it would be easier to do.
5 points of devastation. I am sure that won't come into play later on. But did you notice that when they're all talking about it, like when the boys are talking about who that guy could have been, Tom Tom is just repeatedly kicking that dummy in the groin?
Well, that's one of the 5 points, man.
Over.
He's training.
It's the only one he can reach.
Well, hey, it's gonna do something, do it well, I guess.
Yeah.
I do love how they're like, these are very secret points that, you should only use in an emergency if it's a life and death situation, and one of the 5 is kick a guy in the crotch.
Yeah. Yeah. Secret ninja tactic. Groin shot.
Teach me the secrets of your culture.
But yeah, so the boys get back to suburbia and their father doesn't really seem to care. In fact, he's quite upset that the kids are learning martial arts.
Yeah, and he even acknowledges they were gone for the whole summer with the dad, and he just doesn't care. He's like, yeah, get me this report to this guy in the car. Like, he has no interest in greeting his children.
And is it... Okay, maybe they covered this and I just forget. But why is he so upset about this?
Oh, I don't know if they do cover it.
Yeah. Does he know that Mori and Snyder had a working past?
Yes, it says on the back of the picture that Colt looked at, Snyder and his former partner or something like that.
Oh, that's right, former partner. Yes,
man, you forgot all about this picture.
I know.
But that still doesn't mean, like, that has nothing to do with the martial arts. Right? Like,
that's true.
Okay, if they learn martial arts, that doesn't mean that they're going to train for some criminal in a dojo and teach other no, they're just going to learn karate for themselves.
We really are picking this one apart a little too much, I think. But I'm going to go even deeper.
I just got the impression that he thought it was unsafe.
Yeah, I could see that. But it seems it is not so much Mori that he's frustrated with as it is the boys learning martial arts. Like, honestly, they probably should. Well, especially with what we see them go through. Yeah,
they're constantly in danger.
Yeah. And if they didn't know that, the bullies would just kick their asses over and over again.
And like, I totally agree with Grandpa here when he says to the mom, I forget what it was exactly. Not that I ever know exact wording, but like he says, like, you should be less concerned about them learning karate and more concerned about spending time with them. And I'm like, Yep, I agree with you. Clearly Asian grandpa to entirely Caucasian family.
Yeah, I found that weird too. I didn't want to mention it, but yes, it's quite evident.
It's a Disney movie. It doesn't have to make sense.
Intro to Emily, Rocky's love interest, who actually matters to part of the plot later, and I was very impressed that they did that.
Sure.
No?
I just hate the existence of this character because if I have to hear Rocky loves Emily one more time, I'm gonna throw my headphones out the window.
Yeah, that does get very annoying very quickly.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Snyder, sparring, tells Mr. Brown to abduct the boys as an insurance policy.
He's not sparring. He's just beating
He's
up
just hitting him.
The administration guy is not fighting back. There's no sparring going on. He's just using a live punching bag.
That guy's awesome, though. He looks terrified.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. Mr. Brown's great. But he comes up with the idea to get his nephew and his nephew's two friends to abduct the boys.
Yeah!
So we get our intro to Fester, Hammer, and Marcus. In a convenience store. What are your thoughts on this scene?
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you
too.
right now, if it's a scene involving these three, I love it.
It's these guys fit in with Bill and Ted and Bud and Doyle.
This entire movie should be the three ninjas versus the three surfers.
I agree.
Every time they get away from this, when they go to like the schoolyard bullies or even the Snyder stuff, all I'm thinking is it's so much more fun with the surfers.
It really is. They nail it. The comedy, of course, it's dumb, it's stupid, but they are so committed to it and then make it work.
But I think it's also the most self-aware because with the Snyder stuff, it's almost like they do try to go a little too serious for what this movie is. Whereas with the three surfers, like this is the Home Alone moment, and it's just like it's the perfect amount of ridiculous for what this movie should be. And if I'm being honest, like this is the level of antagonist that the boys should be up against in a movie like this.
Yeah, it can't be a weapons dealer. Come on.
Which guess makes sense why Grandpa's the one that ultimately ends up dealing with Snyder, because it wouldn't fit for the boys. These three, perfect foils.
Oh, yeah. The stick-up happening out of nowhere. Pure comedic genius.
Yeah, not only that, but like then he gets the beep on his pager.
Yeah.
He's like, very, almost politely like, could I use your phone, dude? Like, you're holding him at gunpoint. He's not going to say no, but like, man, these three are so good.
They're great. The three of them together. And they play off of each other so well.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, Fester is the leader, but Hammer and Marcus have like their shining more than just a shining moment each. Like, even just in the background, it's hilarious.
I think in the North American version, because there's multiple versions of this movie, because I was reading a bunch of the trivia for some reason. Hammer only says 3 words in the version not that I watched. I watched the clearly North American version. But in the international version, I guess, he only says 3 words in the movie.
Yeah, this version that we watched, international version, I think it runs a little over an hour and a half. I think it's like almost 20 minutes more.
I guess it depends. Who won the basketball game that you watched?
The Bullies.
The Bullies won?
I thought so.
Yeah, you watched the international. In the North American, the Ninjas win for some reason. I guess they didn't want to make it to, I don't know, of a downer. I don't know.
If the Ninjas win, like Colt and Rocky, if they win that, how
they
do
don't
the Bullies
learn any lessons?
No, and how do the Bullies get their bikes? Because that's what they were playing for.
I guess because I did not watch the North American version because I did also see the one where the Bullies won, but apparently there was some scenes cut out of that one. So maybe there is a scene. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would be worth it. But
all right, back at the boys' house. What did you think of the tin can phone?
It's so dumb.
I loved it as a kid. It is incredibly stupid.
Yep.
We also see, as you brought up, the boys also have a motion detector alarm. But there is one thing at the end of this, as they're going to bed, that actually made me laugh out loud.
And was it Tum Tum choking on a jelly bean?
It was.
Because they turn the light off, and then you just hear like, and then like, oh, choking on a jelly bean.
So
they
Fester
said it perfectly too, because he's like, I got a stash of jelly beans. Anybody want any? They're like, nah, going to bed.
Yeah, it's like night Rocky, night Colt, night Tom Tom.
It's pretty good.
So Fester and crew arrive at the house just as Sam Sr. and the agents arrive, and that's like perfect. This is perfect writing. those guys look like feds or something. It says FBI on the back of their jackets.
Yeah, I was going to point that out too. And the camera cuts right to the back of one of the jackets when he says it. Like, these looks like feds or something, guys. It's just like, man, anytime these guys are on, I'm happy.
The next morning, the boys and Emily head out on their bikes. Do you remember the garbage bag?
Garbage bag?
Yeah, because they're hopping up on sidewalks and riding on people's lawns. And there's a guy taking his garbage to the curb. And Colt takes that garbage bag right in the face. And garbage just goes flying everywhere.
I did not notice that.
Oh, yeah. Because I looked at it. I went back and had to look at it. Because the bag's pre-ripped. So when the guy spins around, the garbage will fly out.
Oh, okay.
But Colt takes that to the face. And it looks fantastic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it then.
Next up, we get one of my favorite parts of the movie, and it's very, very short, but it's the boys biking through the keep out area that's all gated off, the construction area, and Emily veers off because she doesn't want to go in. And we just watch them like doing jumps and tricks and everything, but Fester and Hammer and Marcus are driving along, following them on the road. And I forget who it is, but I think it might be Hammer's like, slow down. Slow in, slow down, slow in. And they're just watching the kids, not watching the road at all. And just rear ends a cop, which is funny. But what makes it better is the kids come back onto the road. And yes, I don't know who it is. I don't know if you can tell me, but someone goes, ooh, somebody got a ticket. Oh, God. Fester, though, just leaning out the window. Shut up.
Yeah, that whole scene is fantastic. And, like, the whole thing is, they get into that accident because they're like, oh, these kids are good. Look at them doing these jobs. Like, they're distracted.
Oh, I mean, like we said before, these guys are so funny, man.
Yeah,
like,
they're definitely the best part of the movie.
Yeah, definitely need their own. What we get next kind of annoys me because Emily has her bike stolen by bullies. And I understand, but I also hate how this is a major issue and that she blames Rocky for it because he was showing off. But she also decided not to go in there. She didn't have to do tricks or anything. And I don't understand why he's the one to like stand up to all of the bullies when she doesn't even like him showing off, which comes up again and again and again.
Yep. Well, because if he was there when the bullies came, he would have had to show off by fighting them all off. But
exactly, and then she'd rip on him for that.
Yeah,
but
it's a kid's movie, man. That's the drama you're gonna get. Like,
sure, I know, I get that. It's just so ridiculous now when you look back at it. Like, this is not really a problem. Like, this is all easily solved.
You know, there's definitely an issue with bullying in this area. So some of the adults or school need to step in, but not Rocky.
Exactly. But that's the solution, though. It's an easy fix. Just be like, hey, this guy stole my bike. You go get the bike back.
Yeah.
Basketball. This is your forte. This is your wheelhouse.
Yeah, basketball is my forte. Whatever the hell this is not basketball.
The bullies and Rocky and Colt have a confrontation on the court. And do you want to explain what's going on here?
Not really. Like, I guess they decide that the best way to get the bike back is to gamble over a basketball game for it. Which,
yeah, I found that weird.
Fine, whatever. I don't know why we're supposed to believe these kids are good at basketball. That's never come up.
Nope.
But then, I'm sorry, I don't care who you are. We'll spot you 9 points in a game to 10. Are you stupid? Like, are you just completely stupid? Right? And then they lose in the version that I watched. Apparently, like we talked about earlier,
yeah,
there is like a difference between international and North American version where the outcome of the game changes. I do think them losing makes more sense for them to learn a lesson about the arrogance.
Yeah.
But then we're treated to one of the worst scenes of basketball I think I've seen in cinematic history. Like, no, I'm sorry. It's terrible. If you don't know how to make a like even semi-convincing pump fake, just don't do it. Right? Like it looks like these kids are just spasming rather than pulling off any sort of like fakes. And I'm sorry, how tall are these kids?
I don't know. 4.5 feet.
They're kids. If Rocky can dunk at 4.5 feet tall, get this guy an NBA contract and hang up the gi.
Yeah, I thought that too. It's completely unbelievable. Hilariously so. But what makes this for me, like, I hate this entire scene except for the very end. Because the boys lose. And then this gym teacher comes out of nowhere. I assume gym teacher wearing like a sweatsuit. Where was he?
That's not a gym teacher. That's just a dude that hangs out outside the fence of the...
Yeah, with a whistle. Completely ignoring all of the violence on this court. Because these, like, the boys get messed up pretty good. Well, Colt in particular.
That's the part that I don't get. Like, yes, you're holding back and not fighting and using your martial arts. But, like, anybody watching this game is going to be like, that's a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul. I guess outside of not using ninjutsu, we're also just not using the rules.
No, there are no rules. This is the most loose game of basketball I've ever seen.
You'd think if the gym teacher was there, outside of maybe not knowing if they were betting on something, because they'd probably shut that down. But like, if they're just outside in the schoolyard and they're like, oh, look, a couple kids are playing basketball, and they saw some of those hits, they'd be like, no, this is over. We're not doing this. Whatever.
Also,
I hate this scene so much.
It's one of the worst in the film. But even like one of the bullies telling jokes and then instructing everybody watching to laugh.
That one is awful because he doesn't leave a gap for laughing. Somebody should have told that kid, like, when you say the punchline, wait a second to see that there's no laughter and then say laugh. But he literally goes, that's the punchline, laugh. It's like, man, this is bad. I can tell you why.
Bad directing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I said somebody should have told him this is how you do it. I hate everything about it. And this is why, especially coming after, like, right after scenes with the surfers, you're just like, just stay away from the school stuff. Just stick to the surfers versus the ninjas.
The next scene we get is Snyder arriving at an old warship, which raises questions that we will never have answers to, so I'm not even going to bother. We have more ninjas in broad daylight as Mori does reconnaissance. Sure.
Well,
because that's important.
They could be on the beach wearing bright blue camo.
Good point. That night at the house,
stealth was just easier in the 90s.
There's no stealth in this.
No.
None.
Like 2 ninja movies in a row where it's like, yeah, everybody's just apparently blind.
Back at the house that night, parents are out. A very old babysitter is looking after the boys. And this is where Colt discovers the photo.
Yes, the scene that you completely remember everything
I
about.
remember everything about it. Again, yeah, my problem was they didn't know there was a connection, even though they did.
I have a bigger problem with it. But again, it goes outside of the realism, air quotes, that this movie possesses. That
do tell.
If the dad is working on an FBI file, he's not just leaving it out. And the mom is definitely not just like, oh yeah, it's right there. Just take a look at it. No, there's a thing called confidentiality. That dad's losing his job in the FBI.
Oh yeah. But it also shows how stupid these kids are.
Oh yeah.
Because they know how important their father's job is. If he's looking into this guy, you know he's a major problem. But they decide not to tell him because they're afraid they won't be able to continue their training.
Yep. Isn't that what's important?
Apparently, that is a major issue. Yeah, this guy's an international arms dealer. But if we tell Dad what we know, we can't hang out with Grandpa.
Not to mention, in their minds, they think Grandpa is still partners with him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Maury's definitely a bad guy.
not only do they not want to stop their training with their grandfather, they also don't want to stop an international arms dealer who's working with their grandpa and their grandpa. Like, yeah, sure, why not?
Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
At least we get more fun next, because our three surfers put the abduction plan into action. Starting off by posing as a pizza guy. So, I think it's safe to assume we both really, really appreciate this scene. I think it's probably
Are you
the
referring
strongest.
to like the entirety of the invasion, or just this scene of them getting in?
No, the entirety of the abduction in the home.
Yeah, this should be the movie's finale. This should be like the Home Alone type scenario where the surfers, because nobody cares. This movie is about an hour and a half, and this whole home invasion portion ends at about the hour mark. I didn't pay that close attention to it. And honestly, it's hard to give a crap about anything that happens after it.
Yeah. It really is, because it just kind of seems to drag.
Yeah,
and that's
it comes into play what I was saying about like the movie feeling like it doesn't, like it's not itself, right? Like this first part embraces the kookiness, embraces the very childlike part of it. When they get past this and it is more about Grandpa versus Snyder, it tries to be a little too serious for what this kid's movie is.
Way too serious.
Yeah, if you get what I'm saying, like this is like a tale of two movies, and it's like this is what this movie should be. And if there is a portion after this with Snyder, it needs to be this silly as well.
I would be happy with this style of comedy from start to finish.
Yep.
It embraces everything that was the early 90s for kids films, and then it waters itself down with shit that no kid cares about.
No.
Because I remember watching this as a child and thinking, like, where's the fun action?
Not just no child, no adult. Just to show my hand here, for this home invasion part, I stopped caring about this movie. Yeah.
I mean, there's a few things to appreciate, but yeah, the meat of what makes this movie is this short scene.
I'm not going to say that it's completely gone. Like, I don't mind their confrontation with Professor after that. But I'm just talking in generalizations that this is where the movie peaks by a long shot.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with you on that one. What are your thoughts on how they deal with the babysitter?
I love it. It fits this movie.
Pizza in the face.
I'm just like, let's show us what they did to the pizza guy too, because that would be fun.
That would be fun. Also, Hammer, after they stuff the babysitter in the closet, just opening the door back up and grabbing pizza for the rest of them.
It's one of those very, very predictable misdirects where he's like, guys, not cool. And of course, the idea is, he's showing some compassion, but then he just reaches in and grabs a slice of pizza, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's cookie cutter, but it's cookie cutter for a reason, because it works.
Colt sees it and convinces the brothers that this is the perfect opportunity to prove to their father that they should continue their training.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first thing that you hear is, we don't have a phone in here, which, of course, yes, it's the 90s. Now, this movie wouldn't work today, as they would all just pull out their cell phones. But there is a good idea where they're like, well, message Emily and have her call the cops. And you're like, yes, that's smart thinking. No, we'll use our martial arts. All right. I mean, it wouldn't be a movie without it, but yeah, let's be stupid.
And instead of immediately abducting the kids, the surfers decide to take a break and have some pizza.
Which, I mean, I guess they must have gone back into the closet for the rest of the pizza.
Yeah.
But I love this scene, because they're like, hey, this is pretty good pizza. Yeah, it's got to be in the sauce. We should maybe save some for the kids we're going to kidnap. Yeah, I'm sure they're probably pretty nice kids. Like, the conversation is so charming is the word I'm going to use. Because, like, these guys are, yes, they are the felon surfers. They seem like nice guys.
But they're also too stupid to be this smart, especially Fester and his vocabulary. The way he uses words is much more intelligent than your average person today. But he's an idiot.
I feel like it's the equivalent of like giving an idiot a word of the day calendar and they know the fancy words, but they don't quite know how to use them.
Yeah, fair. After the pizza snack, though, when they start exploring the house looking for the kids, did you notice Hammer goes into a walk-in closet that has 2 entrances? And he walks in and starts looking around, and the camera just follows the wall because he's in the closet. You can't see him, and he comes out wearing a plastic construction hat.
How did I miss that?
I don't know, but it's just funny. Like, there's some really good writing here, but it only works with their acting. But we get the Home Alone segment now, and before we get into it, I just want to ask, what is your favorite part of this segment?
I know it's a little juvenile, but it's got to be the laxatives.
Yeah, that it does stand out. I remember that a lot from a kid.
It's also not just the laxatives, but also the like such primitive way that they trick them into drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tum Tum's like, It's like that's all it takes. Like, hey, give me that. They're so lovable and stupid.
It's very charming. For me, it would be the keys on the tie for Fester. You think it would just break his neck, but we get those chili bombs.
That would be a very different movie.
Yeah, well, Rocky puts all of his weight on it and climbs down the ties to the main floor. Like, that's a lot of weight on a dude's neck who's stuck between banister railings.
Yeah, but what do you think's gonna happen? Like, the Disney movie is just gonna pan over and his head is like flopping to the side and his eyes are rolled back? Like,
he just jumps down, you hear the snap, the corpse shits itself.
Oh man, what I did not see the direction this was gonna take.
But there's also things in this, like, there are weapons used that would have no effect whatsoever.
I mean, that is a part of a kid's movie. Like, it's the same thing in Home Alone. Like, it has to be visually funny as well as, well, not as well as, but in some places it needs to be visually funny instead of practical.
Yeah. I mean, we get the micro machines on the floor with the jelly beans in this one, but throwing CDs is not going to stop anybody.
Those things can
It
hurt,
just won't. Yeah, okay.
CD? Man.
Yes. What about the oil on the floor?
One of those CDs could, like, go and slit somebody's throat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sure. Okay.
So we got one of the surfers with a broken neck. We got another one bleeding out of their jugular with a CD hanging out of it. What are we gonna do?
Another one shitting his guts out.
Oh, he left a lung in the toilet.
Yeah. And then luring Emily over. I guess. I mean, again, like you say, it's a kid's movie. We have to go along with it. But I love when they bring Emily in and then the laxatives start hitting the other two.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm also just kind of like wondering, how did she believe that was the kids talking? And I do want to give Fester more credit for his acting, because him pretending to use like a little kid's voice, hilarious. But,
oh,
like,
yeah.
Emily's,
Sounds
what's wrong with your
like
voice? Like, that's not him.
Yeah. But when the other two guys flee to get to the bathrooms and they just leave Fester with 3 guns, it is such a hilarious image because he is completely incapable of doing anything here.
I think the part that's really missing when we talk about it is hearing their dialogue.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, I don't have it written down verbatim, but like he says something like, all right, you dudes hang tight until those dudes are back. And it's just like, it is stupid, but like it adds so much to the idea of these like surfer type personalities that they have. And it's fantastic. So
they fail at abducting the boys.
No.
And then we get Brown and why am I forgetting Tanaka's name? What is Tanaka's name in this?
I don't know. I was just calling him Professor. I have no idea.
They show up and abduct the boys. I think it was really smart for them to leave Emily behind to deliver the message. I don't know why. I just feel like it works so well. Because she's absolutely terrified.
Well, yeah, she's not a trained martial artist. She has no idea what's going on.
But I'm also happy that it just gives us a reason to get her out of the movie for a while. She's very annoying.
First place. Like, what does this character add to this movie?
Nothing. She sadly, like, she should be better written, first and foremost. But since she's not, she just becomes a plot device.
Yep.
And now, with the police all over the house, you think Mori would know not to show up in full ninja gear with his hand on his sword.
Well, he is invisible to them, right? Like, ninjas in this world don't even have to crouch. If you're just in your gi, you're invisible.
And inept.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, that's neither here nor there. But nobody's going to see you. That's the important thing.
So we get a little bit of back and forth between Mori and Sam Sr. Both deciding arguing that they're going to go get the boys. And then we cut to this weird scene of ninjas training on the battleship.
Yeah, well, they got to train.
I actually really like this. It's not done well. I've seen better in like actual ninja films, but I feel like almost an homage to some of the stuff we saw in the 80s. And it's small scale, right? Because it is a kids movie, but it's still pretty cool. It's not great, but it's cool.
Well, I just think they need to do more training. I mean, these guys got beaten by 3 children earlier in the movie. They should be training night and day.
Oh, yeah. Reveal, like we've talked about this already, but the reveal that Mori taught Snyder, and Snyder used that training to build his army of ninjas. I'm not going to get back into my complaints about how these ninjas suck. So you said Snyder's a bad teacher. I'm like, well, maybe Mori's also a bad teacher.
Well, but then Snyder should be terrible as well. Although, yeah, Snyder doesn't really do much to get us to believe that he's any good. He has very limited success in this movie. It's not like he wins any underling fights or anything.
Well, he'd never be put in that situation.
I mean, I guess the only fight he wins is against the crate with the warhead in it.
Oh, yeah, elbows the shit out of it.
But that's about it. Like, we haven't really established how menacing he could be.
He could be absolutely terrifying. He has that energy, and the acting, like his facial expressions are super intense. Like, I think it's a very good performance. It's just a strong character made weak through bad writing.
Oh, yeah. The writing in this movie is awful.
Except for our surfer friends.
Well, yeah, their dialogue is great.
How do you feel about the way the kids escape their cell or the room they're being held in?
It's pretty terrible, in my opinion.
Yeah. As a kid, it's brilliant. As an adult, it's just stupid. But we get our classic cat and mouse chase scenes. The one thing that I thought was absolutely amazing was the ninjas slowly approaching the crate. And then there's that delay, and then that kick from inside comes out. The shot was perfect. The sound was fantastic. And I immediately, like, legitimately, truly appreciated it. I think it was one of the best done shots in the entire film. And it really doesn't even matter.
Well, what does matter at this point?
Getting to the credits now.
Yeah, like, this movie really drops.
It sounded like one ninja fell to his death, though.
Well, you know, they're not going to show it, so.
Again, going back to weapons that wouldn't do anything. When the kids get surrounded and Rocky just takes out a ninja by throwing an empty bucket in his face.
Yeah. Buckets hurt, man.
Empty buckets, yeah. It takes him out. I couldn't believe it.
That's possibly metal or hard plastic. Like, yeah. We already learned that these ninjas are made out of paper mache.
Yeah, they very much are. What did you think about the show of nunchuck skills?
Okay. I don't think it's good. And I definitely think that if you can't do this properly, just don't put it in.
Yeah. There is one thing about it, though, which I find absolutely insane.
Okay.
And that is Rocky, the set that he builds, are wrenches on a chain. And he cracks one of those ninjas on the forehead with a heavy wrench. Like, that should cave in his skull.
Yeah, but it's not a bucket, though, you see.
Yeah, exactly. A bucket, an empty plastic bucket thrown from a distance has more destructive capability than a fucking wrench on a chain swung at close range.
Exactly.
I love it, don't get me wrong, but it is the dumbest part of this movie by far for me.
Yeah, well, that's a kid's movie. That's the type of stuff that you just have to accept. Sometimes it's visual versus practical.
Yeah, and I guess they did add in cartoon noises to make it a little bit more PG, less dramatic. But when talking about drama and intimidation, what are your thoughts on this crazy swordsman they run into?
It doesn't. It's dumb. I don't know.
Is it? I like it.
I don't know. It always makes me think back, or scenes like this always makes me think back to like the Indiana Jones moment.
Okay, yeah.
Right, and it's just like we've seen it done so much better. I don't know.
I feel like
he
should have been the henchman, because this is the first time we see him. I'm like, oh shit, okay, what's going on here? But if we had some build up to the character, I think this would have been even more funny, because they take him out effortlessly, but he looks intimidating, sounds intimidating, and then at the very end of this fight, Tum Tum just punches him, and he's whimpering on the ground in his boxers. It was actually a laugh out loud moment for me.
Really?
Yeah, I loved it.
Oh, okay. Did not have the same impact on me.
Okay. I totally thought you would like that. But what about when Mori arrives and just straight up murders a guy?
Yeah, see, I don't like the inclusion of Mori in this.
No, I don't either. What about it takes away for you?
Okay, he's coming to save the kids, but then the kids are escaping on their own, and it's just like, well, which is it, right? Like, I don't know. It just feels like you're kind of trying to do two different things at the same time, and it just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it definitely gets muddled. That's for sure. The one good thing I can say about Mori's inclusion here is when he does show up and kills that ninja.
Stop saying kills, man. It's a Disney movie. Nobody died.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Blade into the heart, fall to the ground, stop moving. He's having a nap.
It's a rubber blade. It's he hit one of those pressure points that just puts the guy to sleep in this situation.
No, it was just a handle with Velcro on the end.
Yeah, it's a Disney movie. Nobody dies.
But when Brown and the ninjas show up behind them, another laugh out loud moment for me, because one ninja can't unsheath his sword because the hallway's too narrow, and another one gets his sword stuck in the ceiling, and then Brown knocks himself out by trying to run away. It's good. It's good, man. There's some legitimately funny moments that don't rely on the surfers, and that impresses me. And this leads us into what I said was a very well choreographed fight scene with the boys. Because here it's really hard to hide their faces. So you see that they are actually the actors doing this. It goes on for quite a bit, an action scene for a kid's film. There's a lot of moments to like really hit on, but for me, the one I wanted to focus on was the sword dodging part. Timing, necessity, but there was a fair amount of comedy too when Colt stops swinging the swords and the ninja's still trying to dodge them because he's in that pattern.
Yeah. All right, I'll give it that one. That wasn't bad.
Rushmore, that's the guy's name. He arrives and the boys have to remember their training on the dummy. Hated it. I absolutely hated this.
Well, they didn't remember the training, right? Is it Maury? Doesn't he shout something like, light up the dummy or something like that.
Yeah, light him up. Or no, I think he's like, remember your training or remember the dummy or something. I think Rocky says, let's light him up. I could be mistaken.
Somebody says something in reference to how like the parts lit up when they hit them on the right part of the dummy. I don't remember, but I remember thinking it was awful when it happened.
Yeah. Do you find it weird that Mori arrives just in time for everyone to be captured?
Yes. Again, if he's going to be doing this rescue portion, at least have it happen after the boys have been re-kidnapped after trying to escape. Like, segment these a little bit.
So we get the obligatory Snyder versus Mori fight. If Snyder wins, Mori dies. If Mori wins, the kids can go free. And I think he has to train the ninjas or something stupid. Decent fight scene? I think so.
Sure. Fine.
It's not great. Does it have a stupid ending? Yeah. Undeniably. The use of jelly beans in a ninja fight should never happen.
This is the problem with this. You go right from the kids who have jelly beans, the ninja still dodging the sword after the swinging stops, and then you go to trying to have an actual fight between Mori and Snyder, and it's just like, what movie are you making? Make a decision.
Yeah, where death is on the line.
Stop saying nobody's dying. It's a Disney movie. I don't know how many times I got to tell you this.
Snyder said it. If I win, you die.
How are you supposed to train the ninjas if you're dead?
So, Sam Sr. arrives with reinforcements and shoots Snyder in the shoulder. So, my question for you is, where has he been this entire time? Didn't he leave the house right after Mori?
Well, they had to find where they were, because...
They knew. He brings it up at the house.
Okay, do I gotta say it? They're feds. They had to stop for donuts.
Okay.
And why is he Sam Sr.? Is one of the kids named Sam?
Rocky. His name's Samuel. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I honestly, if you asked me right now, I couldn't tell you their real names.
Yeah, it's Samuel, Jeffrey, and Michael.
I'm gonna have to take your word for it.
So, Mori and Sam Sr. clear the air, and the boys are allowed to keep visiting their grandfather. That wrapped up nicely. The next day, the bullies arrive. And I hate this. I hate this because Rocky's finally learning his lesson to not show off and to be calm and collected, like Colt was trying to do.
When did he learn that lesson?
Because he kept making situations worse. And here he is trying to do the right thing, and Emily tells him not to. So Rocky knocks out the leader of the bullies, and they all get their bikes back, ride off down the street, and we roll credits, end of movie. Could this have been wrapped up better? Probably. How? God only knows. It's kind of a mess by the time we get to the end here.
Yeah. It just didn't need any of this bullies Emily bike subplot at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Do you want to talk numbers for this movie?
Could you imagine if they just didn't wrap up that story? They spent all that time and the movie ends and Emily's bike is still just with the bullies. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, the bullies just ride by on the bikes, wave, roll credits.
Yeah.
How much do you think this movie cost?
I couldn't have been much. There's nobody famous in it. Maybe a little bit for sets, but I can't imagine even the tanker scenes are $2 million.
2.5. Yeah, pretty close.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, it wasn't an insane success, but it did make a fair amount of money. How much do you think it made?
I do believe that it was a success because this was originally scheduled to just be like a direct-to-DVD movie. And they released it anyway, and apparently it did really well, which is why it got all the sequels.
Yeah.
I think on a $2 million budget in the 90s, probably only has to do like 18-20 million to be considered a big success.
29.
Okay, so a fair bit more than what I'd predicted, but still, like
Not
on a
bad.
$2 million budget, you can't complain about that at all.
Especially for something that was supposed to go direct to VHS, right? right to home
Yeah.
video. So they took a gamble on it, and it paid off. Unfortunately, the others did not.
Yeah, I can't imagine the other ones did well.
As far as ratings go, where do you think it's sitting on the IMDb?
This feels like a 6.
Not quite, but almost. It's a 5.4.
Okay, yeah, close enough.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
As far as Rotten Tomatoes, the tomato meter percentage of positive reviews from critics,
41.
35.
Okay, hey, I'm 6 off.
Yep.
That's not bad.
You're pretty good. Popcorn meter,
12 comes to mind.
53.
Oh, wow.
So
okay,
almost-
I went wrong
yeah.
direction there.
Almost exactly the same as IMDb.
Okay, well, I mean that makes sense, right? IMDb is more fan votes, right? Like
Mhm.
reviews. Okay, all right.
As far as awards go, I'm curious about these ones with you. I think we're going to be on the exact same page for all 4 of these.
I don't think so. I don't think it's as clear cut as you think.
Okay. Except for maybe memorable line. But for least favorite characters and memorable scene, I think we'll be on par.
I think least favorite is pretty open field. Speaking of which, what did you have for your least favorite character?
Rocky.
Okay.
I felt like his acting, like Michael Treanor's acting, was subpar. I found of the 3 brothers, he had the worst dialogue. He had so many character flaws. He was supposed to be their fearless leader, but he didn't really lead. Whenever he had an idea to do something, it backfired. But he's still like the most respectable of the 3. Because then you've got Colt, who's basically Raphael, and then you've got Tum Tum, who's Michelangelo. There's no Donnie here.
No,
And
that
Rocky,
intelligence checked out before this movie started.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I found Rocky just to be a shitty character, which is, it sucks to say because he's a kid, but I really did not like him. Who did you have for least favorite?
Yeah, see, and I think that's where you and I differ. Like, I get it. Rocky, well, to be honest, I didn't think any of the kids were good. But I think I was just a little bit more generous because they were kids. Yeah, Rocky is pushing out of child age at this point, but still a child actor, right?
Yeah.
I actually had Alan McRae as Sam Douglas.
Oh, the dad?
I hated the dad.
Okay.
It's one of those where it's like, I don't want them learning martial arts. Why? Oh, it's okay that they learn martial arts now. Why? Right? Like, there's no motivation properly established for anything that this guy says in the movie. Oh, I'm going to neglect my children. Why?
Do you think does Sam Sr. know at this point in the movie, at like the beginning, that Maury and Snyder have a history together?
Yes, it's on the back of the photograph.
Exactly. He knows that Snyder has ninjas. He knows that Maury is teaching, well, it's not even ninjutsu, it's karate that the kids use in the entire movie. But do you find it at least reasonable that he'd be upset about his kids learning the martial art because he doesn't even understand it, but he knows there's like that weird criminal history? I get that.
No.
His reason to change and be like, of course you can keep training, of course you can visit your grandpa, that was flawed at best.
Unless he's using the ninja saying, like, the ninjutsu as, oh, you can't train, because he doesn't just flat out want them to spend time together. I can see, he's possibly a criminal. I don't want him around them. But he doesn't say that. He said, like, he's fine with them spending the summer with the, criminal associate. It's just the martial arts part.
Okay.
Right? And it's like, okay, and I'll be honest, I'd be okay with that attitude if they took it one step further. Either he was a jerk, or it was, it's not that I don't want you to learn ninjutsu, I don't want you being around him because he is associated with criminals, and look what happens, his past comes back to haunt you and you're in the crosshairs and stuff like that. But no, it's just like you took half measures with this character, which makes it seem like he has motivation for none of it.
I'll agree with some of that.
So anyway,
how about favorite character then?
Oh, it's Fester, 100%.
Yeah. How could it not be?
I want to give it to all the surfers, but like, the surfers, they have their moments. They don't talk that much, but it's all about, and I can't say his name, Patrick Labiorto?
Labiorto, yeah.
Labiorto? He is phenomenal. Delivery, dialogue, slapstick humor. The way that the other guys play off of him, I don't think there's any other choice.
You can't pick anybody else. He just nails that character perfectly. And the thing is, I've complained about writing in this movie. The writing for the surfers is top notch. It fits the characters perfectly. I can actually see these people saying these lines convincingly. Infestor is just great.
Yeah, there's a big part of me that wants to say that there was no good writing in this movie, and it must be that these surfers were just improvising their dialogue.
Yeah, they all hit it out of the park for sure.
It's got to be, right? Like, there's no way that the same person who wrote the rest of this movie wrote these scenes, right?
Yeah, no way. They were definitely in the writer's room for this one.
Yeah, obviously that's not the case. That's just what I'm tempted to say.
Yeah.
I need to give it that credit, I guess.
And it's no surprise then that one of my memorable lines comes from Fester, but I don't think it's going to be the one that you think it is.
Okay.
It's after Sam Sr. and the feds arrive when they were going to try and abduct the kids. He just says, "Well, my dangerous buds, tomorrow is another day, and those little dudes are ours." Slurpee?
That is not the line that I was expecting. No.
I know, because it's like it's slowly getting dark. Like, it's funny, my dangerous buds. I think it's a little bit darker because like those little dudes are ours, and then just whip it around with like Slurpee,
dude.
Yes.
Then he turns to the other one, Slurpee,
dude. What did you have?
Man, every contender I had for favorite line was from these guys. But I did go with the Fester saying, we should save some of this for the kids we're nabbing. And then I forget which one it is because I don't know which one's which. But one to the other one says like, "Yeah, they're probably pretty nice kids." like the kids we're here to kidnap. Yeah, they're probably pretty nice kids, right? Like they should get some pizza. I don't know. Like I definitely had contenders, but they were all from the surfers.
Yeah, all of them. But I had to sit and think about it for a while too.
Yeah, that was the last award I filled out because I was on the fence on which surfer line I was going to pick.
Same.
Right.
What did you have for a memorable scene?
A basketball scene.
Interesting.
And it's
because
not
it was
for
so bad.
Any positive reason. Yeah, it's I can't get over how bad this scene was, and it will stand out as I quoted. And I mean, I'm not going to say objectively because I haven't seen them all, but it is, from the movies I have seen in my life, the worst representation of basketball I've ever seen in a movie.
Mm-hmm. I think you know what mine is. It is the biggest scene in the movie.
Are you going to take the invasion?
Yep.
Does that count as one scene? It's like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
It's divvied up into searching their bedroom, Colt spray painting his costume and going into the room that they're redoing, the diarrhea scenes with Tum Tum getting it. Like, this
All right, fine. I'll change it then.
Okay.
The hold up at the beginning.
Okay. With the clerk for the grocery store?
Yeah, at the convenience store.
I mean, that had another great line, too, when he is telling him that they're sticking him up, and then he gets the beep, and he's like, could I use your phone, dude? And just like, I think it's the change in attitude, where he's like, yeah, we're sticking you up. Oh, could I use your phone? This is so good. All right, well, that's our awards. So I guess all that's left is final thoughts.
It's a bad movie, but with the surfers, there's just enough fun to have that validates watching the entire thing. I wish we had more of the surfers in it. The fighting is terrible, but there are some really, really funny moments. You want to talk about the acting? Like you said, it's hard to say that kids are bad actors in a Disney action children's comedy. So you kind of have to let that go. The story itself isn't that bad. Writing is terrible, but there's a lot of fun to be had here. And like, we had fun talking about it, and we acknowledge it's not a great movie. Is it a recommend? Sure, but you have to be in the right mood to watch it. Otherwise, you're going to straight up hate this. I could see why it sparked the number of sequels it had. And I remember enjoying the second one a fair amount, but I'm kind of nervous to revisit that. So I really enjoyed it. Is it a recommend? Yeah, but a hesitant one. I really don't know what else to say about Three Ninjas. How do you feel about the movie as a whole?
I hate it, and I don't recommend it. And I know that sounds a little off compared to how much I was praising certain parts of it. But this is definitely a case of some of the parts. I think it actually does the movie a bit of a disservice having the surfer scenes be so good. Because then it just makes it stand out so much how bad the rest of it is.
True.
And the focus on that really makes you think of lost potential here, because same plot, but having the entire movie just be these three surfers trying to kidnap these kids. And then maybe at the end, Maury's kidnapped and the kids go to quickly rescue him as well. Fine. But shorten that final scene and it's so much better. But as a result, it makes a movie that like feels so unsatisfying that when you're done, you kind of feel regretful, right? And regardless of how much I enjoy parts of it, it makes me think back of the overall experience as absolutely terrible. Something that I probably should have just left in my memories, because I had fond memories of this movie. And the realization now is that, no, it wasn't good.
Fair enough. You know me and my love of bad movies, though.
I'm not even kidding. I think I could do probably a pretty good job just sticking this movie in my editing software and making a 30-minute short film of the ninjas versus the surfers.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'm not going to take the time to do that, but
damn. I was hoping you would. I'd watch that.
I definitely don't have the time for that, but like when I say that, don't you realize that the potential for that is there?
Oh yeah, of course. You can't deny that one.
Like it's so segmented that short film could have its own start and finish and be a much more satisfying product. So as a result, it really makes the whole movie in its current state something that I cannot recommend.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's our thoughts on Three Ninjas. If you'd like to share your thoughts, you can hit us up on social media. We are on Twitter at BSBargainBin, Facebook.com/BSBargainBin, and of course there is the handy comments section on the YouTube video. Ben.
Yo.
Back-to-back ninja movies. Where are we going next week?
Very far away.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. No, because next time we'll be talking 2005's Feast.
There is something out there.
Of all the bars to be stuck in.
Unless you people want to die, you'll do what I say and you'll do it fast. They're coming. Right now. Yeah! It's gonna eat us! We need help. SOS! SOS call!
Right now, you can get ready to roll. Now, who's with me?
Come on!
If we stay, we die.
God damn it! Ah! God bless guns.
This won't run out of ammo.
Any questions?
Until next time, have a good one.
Rocky loves Emily.
No!